Hello. Today we are reading The New Kitten by Joyce Carol Oates, illustrated by Dave Morteram. Sherry was a fluffy gray adult kitty with a pink-tipped nose, white and black whiskers, 4 white boots, which she kept extra clean, and a purr that was as loud as a motor. She was the only kitty in the Smith household, and she slept every night with little Jojo. One day, Jojo said, "We're bringing home a surprise for you, Sherry." Sherry thought, "I hope it's my favorite tuna treat." Sherry had a little nest in a sunny upstairs window where she could watch birds and squirrels and swish her tail. Sherry saw the Smith family return home. Jojo was carrying something that looked like a very small doll, except that it was moving. Quickly, Sherry ran downstairs. She was astonished to discover what was it. "Sherry, look! A new kitten has come to live with us. Her name is Cleopatra. Say hello, Sherry." Cleopatra blinked and meowed so softly you could almost not hear her. Her legs were very short and her tail was thin, not at all like Sherry's big, fluffy tail. She did not have soft, long gray fur like Sherry, but very short, smooth, shiny fur. She was so clumsy, she nearly fell over when she tried to walk. Jojo had always fussed over Sherry. Now Jojo was making a fuss over the new kitten. That was not right. Cleopatra tried to approach Sherry on her stubby legs to touch noses, but Sherry did not like this at all and hissed. Everyone was frowning at her, which Sherry had not ever seen before. Sherry ran back into the house. Jojo's friends could not wait to see the new kitten. "Oh, how pretty Cleopatra is! Look at those leopard spots." They laughed at how she chased a little purple ball and how she rolled over to show her spotty tummy. They laughed at how Cleopatra climbed up onto a cat tree carrying a catnip mouse in her mouth. "They used to say that I was pretty too," Sherry thought, "but now they don't care about me." When Jojo called her for supper, Sherry no longer came running and purring. At bedtime, Jojo had to carry Sherry to her bed so that Sherry could sleep with her. In the middle of the night, Sherry crept out of the room. Sherry did not like the name Cleopatra at all. Sherry did not like spots on her tummy. Sherry did not like the cat tree because it had not been purchased for her. Especially Sherry did not like how the new kitten put her paws in the water bowl to wash them. That was wrong. You wash your paws with your tongue. That was correct. She was shocked that the new kitten played with her dry food as if it were some kind of beetle she had to leap and pounce on. If I spilled my food, I would be scolded, Sherry thought. Her tail swished and switched. Though it was forbidden for Sherry to climb up onto the dining room table, this is exactly what Cleopatra did, for there she swatted at the mobile with cutout birds and brought it crashing down. The smith said, Cleopatra is a kitten and doesn't know better. Everybody loved the new kitten. Cleopatra and Sherry could not understand. Next, Cleopatra discovered how much fun it was to unwind rolls of toilet paper in the bathroom until the paper was all over the floor, torn and ragged. Sherry hurried to find Mrs. Smith to bring her to see what Cleopatra had done. Mrs. Smith laughed and took a picture. Soon after, when no one was around, Sherry pulled the toilet paper out onto the floor. She tore it and tore at it. But Mr. Smith saw her and was not happy. Sherry, bad cat. That is naughty. Now all the bathroom doors were shut. It was clear. The Smiths no longer trusted her. The new kitten was allowed to be naughty, but Sherry was not. Sherry could not nap any longer in her favorite places. No matter where she went in the house, the new kitten followed her. Go away! I do not like you, Sherry hissed. The new kitten blinked, but after a while she began following Sherry again. It was especially upsetting to Sherry when the new kitten followed her to her favorite daytime place in the window. One day, Sherry found a new hiding place, she thought. First, in the upstairs hall, you made sure that no one was watching, especially the new kitten. Then you pulled open the door with your claws. Then you climbed up the stairs into the attic. This was scary. Sherry was happy because she believed the new kitten would never find her. Suddenly, Sherry was wakened by Cleopatra playing with her tail. Sherry hissed and jumped down, but Cleopatra was too small to jump down. Sherry ran from the attic. She heard the new kitten meowing for help and thought, good. Sherry thought, I will run away. They won't miss me. Sherry found a downstairs window that was open just enough for her to slip through. She squeezed through a fence and went into the woods. She was very excited. There was so much to see and to smell. a little white bunny rabbit hopped ahead of Sherry as if wanting to play. But when Sherry found the bunny, she saw him going to the ground down a hole that was too small for her. That was not very friendly, Sherry thought. Next, little birds flew around her, chirping. Sherry thought that they wanted to play, so she followed them deeper into the woods. But the birds kept ahead of her, high in the trees. They began to chatter. Can't catch me, can't catch me. They are not very friendly, Sherry thought. Now there were blue jays overhead. They screeched at Sherry and buzzed her by, flying at her. Go away, we don't like you. Sherry ran to hide in a hole in a tree. She was very upset. Go away, bad cat, I don't like you. It was an owl, a big snow-white owl, that fluttered his wings and hooed at Sherry. Sherry ran and ran, but now she was beginning to worry that she could not find her way back home. Suddenly, she saw two little foxes rushing at her. Hiss, hiss, hiss. We don't like you. Go away. Sherry did not understand why the foxes were so mean. Quickly, she climbed a tree to escape them. Sherry began to shiver, but there was a big moon in the sky, which helped her see the Smith's house. She was not so far away. I wonder if they miss me, Sherry thought. She thought of her tuna treats. She would be very happy to share them with the new kitten. Sherry could hear a faint meowing. Was this Cleopatra? Sherry felt bad that she had left the new kitten on the rafter. She is just a kitten. And so now that the unfriendly foxes had gone away, Sherry climbed down from the tree and made her way back home. Sherry hurried to the door and scratched a meow. Why, Sherry, where have you been? Sherry hurried to help Cleopatra down from the rafter, showing her how to place her paws. Sherry did not shrink away when Cleopatra touched noses with her to thank her. Supper time that evening was special, for Jojo gave both kitties tuna treats. Cleopatra did not push her nose into Sherry's bowl to try to play with her tail. Bedtime was even more special, for both kitties slept with Jojo, who fell asleep listening to their purrs. Wasn't that a good story? Until next time, but you don't have to wait for me. Go to the library and get a good book. See ya!